Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Kevin here, and today I'm going to show you how to completely transform your financial life using this one spreadsheet. And the best part, you can set this up in 10 minutes and literally never stress about money again. I've been teaching people about personal finance for years, and this is hands down the most powerful budgeting tool I've ever created. We're talking real money management here, not some pie-in-the-sky theory. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where every dollar goes, you'll have a system that works on autopilot, and you'll finally be in control of your money. And if you're someone who's tried budgeting before and failed, stick around because I'm gonna show you why this is different. This isn't just another budget spreadsheet, this is your financial command center. All right, before we dive into the nuts and bolts, let me show you what we're working with here. This spreadsheet has 6 main sections, and each one serves a specific purpose in your financial ecosystem. We've got your month and year selector. This is your control panel. Your income section. This is where you input your actual paycheck amounts. Your bills section. This is where you track your recurring expenses. Your savings section. This is where you build your future. Your daily spending tracker. This is where you catch money leaks in real time. And finally, your dashboard. This is where everything comes together in one beautiful stress-free picture. Now, here's what most people get wrong about budgeting. They think it's about restriction, about saying no to everything fun. But that's not what this is about. This is about awareness. This is about making intentional choices with your money instead of wondering where it all went at the end of the month. So let's look at this person's budget. They're spending 90.9% of their income intentionally. That remaining $274, that's not leftover scraps, that's power. That's flexibility, that's breathing room. The reason the system works when others fail is because it's not trying to change your entire life overnight. It's working with your natural spending patterns and just adding awareness and intention to them. Okay, let's start with what might seem the most boring part, but trust me, this is actually the foundation of everything. This dropdown controls the dates in your daily spending section, September 2025. That's where we are right now. But here's what's genius about this step. When you change this, it automatically generates all the correct dates for that month in that daily spending tracker. Let's say I want to track spending for December, boom. All the December dates appear in the daily spending section, so you don't have to manually type them out. But here's a pro tip that most people miss. When you're just starting out, resist the urge to plan 6 months ahead. I see this mistake all the time. People get excited and start budgeting for next year before they've even mastered this month. Start with right now, master September 2025, get comfortable with the system, then start planning ahead. It's like learning to drive. You don't start with highway racing, you start with an empty parking lot. So another thing I love about this setup is it forces you to think in monthly cycles. Your rent is monthly, your phone bill is monthly, most of your fixed expenses are monthly. This aligns your budgeting with how your bills actually work, which is why it feels so natural once you get it going. Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes, the income section. And let me tell you something, this is where most budgets live or die, and it's not for the reason you think. Look at this setup. Paycheck 1, $1,500. Paycheck 2, $1,500. Total income, $3,000. Simple, clean, straightforward. Now I know in real life, bi-weekly means you actually get 26 paychecks per year, which creates those months where you get 3 paychecks. But for this spreadsheet, we're keeping it simple and predictable. 1,500 times 2 equals 3,000 per month. This makes your budget consistent every single month instead of trying to track which months have the extra paycheck. That's why this dropdown matters. Set it to bi-weekly and the spreadsheet automatically calculates everything correctly. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, side hustles, irregular income, commission, tips. Life isn't always as clean as 2 identical paychecks. Here's what I do for irregular income. I take my lowest month from the last 6 months and use that as my baseline. Everything above that goes straight to savings or debt payoff. This way, you're always working with money you know you have, not money you hope you'll make. And here's the insider secret. Notice how this shows 3,000, not 3,847 or whatever your gross pay might be. This is take-home pay, net pay, the actual money that hits your bank account. I cannot stress this enough. Use your take-home pay for budgeting. Your gross pay is completely irrelevant for day-to-day money management. You can't spend money that goes to taxes. So whether you're making $2,000 a month or $10,000 a month, the principles are exactly the same. The spreadsheet scales with your income because it's based on percentages and habits, not dollar amounts. All right, now we're entering the danger zone, the bills section. This is where your money goes to die if you're not careful, but it's also where you can gain the most control with the least effort. Look at this setup. Rent, $2,000 paid. Utilities, $200 paid. Phone, $100 paid. Transportation paid. Internet, $50 paid. Then we've got subscriptions, $100, and gym, both unchecked. These little check boxes, these are your accountability partners. Every month, you're going to go through this list and check off each bill as you pay it. No more wondering if you paid the electric bill. No more late fees because you forgot about that one subscription. But here's where most people mess up. They only put the big, obvious bills in here. Rent, utilities, car payment, the stuff that comes with late fees fees if you don't pay. But see this subscription line, $100. That might be Netflix, Spotify, gym membership, Amazon Prime, the meditation app you use twice, the software subscription you forgot about, maybe a meal kit service. This is why every recurring payment, no matter how small, needs to be in this section. So here's the math on this example. 2,000 plus 200 plus 100 plus 50 plus 50 plus 100 equals 2,500 in fixed expenses. Out of 3,000 in income, that leaves 500 for everything else. Food, gas, entertainment, unexpected expenses, savings, everything else has to fit in 500. Now, if that feels tight, that's good. It's reality checking in. Most people have no idea that 83% of their income is already spoken for before they buy a single grocery item. Now notice there are empty fields here. This is your unique situation. Maybe you have student loans, maybe you have a car payment, maybe you're paying off credit cards. Every fixed recurring expense goes here. Now, a pro tip is to organize these by due date. Put your rent first since it's usually due on the 1st, then arrange everything else in chronological order. This way you can literally work down the list each month without missing anything. The goal here isn't to have zero bills, that's impossible. The goal is to have zero surprises. Now let's talk about the section that's going to change your life, the savings section. And I know what some of you are thinking, savings, I can barely pay my bills. I get it, I've been there, but here's what I've learned after years of helping people with their finances. You don't build wealth by accident and you can't save what you don't plan for. So take a look at this setup, emergency fund, vacation, simple, clear, purposeful. But here's what's brilliant about this approach. It's not asking you to save everything at once. So emergency fund, this is your financial insurance policy. This is what stands out between you and your credit card debt when your car breaks down, when you need dental work, and when life happens. Now, vacation fund, some financial experts will tell you this isn't essential when you're building an emergency fund. But I disagree, and here's why. If you don't plan for things that make life enjoyable, you'll end up spending impulsively and sabotaging your financial goals. You're more likely to stick to a budget that includes a vacation fund than one that says no fun allowed until you save $16,000. That's just human nature. Now, let's say you want to take a $1,200 vacation next year. That's $100 per month, totally doable. And here's the beautiful part. When vacation time comes, you pay cash, no credit card debt, no financial stress, no coming home to bills that ruin your vacation high. You can customize these savings categories for your life. Maybe it's a house down payment, maybe it's a new car fund, maybe it's Christmas gifts, maybe it's your kid's college fund. The categories don't matter, the habit does. And here's something most people don't realize. Saving money is a skill just like any other skill. You don't start by trying to save $2,000 a month. You start by saving $50 a month, then $100, then $200. You build the muscle slowly. Remember, every dollar you save is buying you options. Options to quit a job you hate, options to help a family member in need, options to take advantage of opportunities when they come up. Don't underestimate the power of having money in the bank. Okay, now we're getting to where the rubber meets the road. The daily spending tracker. This is where theory becomes reality, where budgets meet real life and where you're going to have some serious aha moments. So let's look at this data. September 1st, McDonald's, $20. September 2nd, blank. September 3rd, gas, 56. September 4th, Walmart, 70. September 5th, blank. September 6th, dining out, 80. This isn't some made up example. This is what real spending looks like. And notice something important. There are blank days. You don't have to spend money every single day. It's a revolutionary concept. But look at what we can learn from just these few entries. 6 days, $226 spent. That's an average of about $38 per day, but it's not consistent. Some days 0, some days 80. This is exactly how real life works. Now, here's what most budgeting systems get wrong. They try to put spending into perfect little categories, but life doesn't work that way. Instead, the system asks one simple question. After your bills and savings, how much do you have left for everything else? In this example, it's about $400 per month. That's roughly $13 per day. So when you see that $80 dining out expense, you know that's about 6 days worth of your daily spending budget. Is that worth it? Maybe. Maybe it was an anniversary dinner, maybe it was a business meeting, maybe you just really wanted good sushi. The point isn't to judge, it's to be aware. So here's how to use this section effectively. Every night before bed, spend 2 minutes entering your spending from that day. Don't wait until the end of the week, you'll forget stuff. Don't try to categorize everything perfectly, just capture the amount and what it was generally for. And here's something important. You're going to go over budget some days. That's normal. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. When you see that you spent $50 on coffee this week, that's not a failure. That's information you can use to make better decisions next week. The beautiful thing about the system is that it's self-correcting. If you overspend early in the month, you naturally spend less later because you can see exactly where you spend. If you underspend for a few days, you know you have extra room for something special. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, the dashboard. This is where everything comes together in one beautiful, stress-free view. Total income, $3,000. It's clean, simple, no guesswork. Total expenses, expenses, 2,726. Every dollar accounted for. Savings, 100. Left to budget, 174. This is your breathing room, your flexibility, your financial cushion. Let me put this in perspective. Most Americans have no idea where the money goes. They get to the end of the month and think, where did it all go? But you know exactly where every dollar went because you planned it. This is the difference between financial chaos and financial peace. So watch this. If I go back and add another daily expense, let's say 25 for groceries on September 7th, boom, the total expenses become 2,751 and left to budget becomes 149. The system is constantly giving you up-to-date information about where you stand. So let's play with some scenarios. What if that left to budget number was negative? That means you're overspending and you need to either increase income or decrease expenses. What if it's too high? Maybe you're being too conservative and you could afford to increase your savings goals or quality of life. The goal isn't to have zero leftover. That's actually kind of stressful because it leaves no room for life's surprises. The goal is to have a small buffer that gives you flexibility without being wasteful. Now notice how clean and simple this all looks. That's intentional. When your finances are organized like this, money decisions become easier. Should you buy that $100 gadget? Look at your dashboard. Do you have room in your daily spending? Can you adjust something else? The answers are right here. And there you have it, people. 6 sections that'll completely transform your relationship with money. This whole setup takes about 20 minutes initially, maybe 10 minutes per month to maintain, and saves you hours of stress and worry. The link is in the description below. I also have a tutorial on how to build this yourself if you want to learn the behind the scenes. I'll show that on screen right now. Just download it, set it up, and then come back and tell me in the comments which section surprised you the most. I read every single comment and I love hearing your success stories. Did you find subscriptions you forgot about? Were you shocked by how much you spent on food? Let me know. And if this video helped you, if you can see yourself actually using the system, if you think someone else in your life needs to see this, smash that like button and share it with them. Financial stress is too common. Financial peace is too rare. Let's change that one spreadsheet at a time. All right, that's it for this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.